Welcome to the house, the one they talking about. Word of mouth, the boxing playhouse, without a doubt. All the latest and greatest boxing news, that's what it's all about.
Good evening, everybody. This is Boxing Playhouse, Latin America style, and I got my man Sosa and Sosa in the house with me tonight. And I can't wait to talk about these hot topics tonight, gentlemen. But first, we got to wish happy birthday to our man Spanish Rey, who is straight out of Spanish Harlem birthday style tonight.
That's a fact.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to the GOAT.
Yeah.
How
The
you
old
feeling?
goat. The old goat.
Nah, the black sheep that ended up turning into a goat. They tell him be careful with the black sheeps because they turn into goats, man.
Yeah, we got to see what's up with this old goat. He still got some tricks up his sleeves for sure. With our guest this evening, which is friends with Spanish Rey, JT. That's Coach JT Taylor. That'll be joining us in about 15 minutes. But in the meantime, of course, we want to go ahead and review this wonderful card, Sonny. That the sheep, the Prince Turkey Olive Sheep put together.
Yeah.
Bless you.
I call him Richie Rich.
Here we go. It's Riyadh season for sure. This weekend, Bud Crawford versus Majamal. And, of course, we had Pitbull Cruz against Venezuela. We had some heavyweight action as well, and some light heavyweight action with Morel versus Hot Rod Kalaji. So what do you guys say about this card? Any thoughts about the entire card before we go into any of the fights?
You seen the whole card, Pop? You want to go first?
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
All right. So I watched the card all the way from the beginning. I got mixed emotions about it. You know what I'm saying? Andy Cruz showed a lot of dog to me. I think that he's gonna have somewhat of a Crawford effect. How Crawford was a little older when he was making his history and doing stuff like that. I think Andy's gonna be a late bloomer. He's one of those that, since he got with Bozy, being around a camp like that, shout out to Boots. Boots don't drink. He doesn't smoke. He sets an example, I heard, for some of the people that's even older than him in that camp. So I was super duper impressed with Andy Cruz. He got rung. He got his bell rung. Ty, what's up? What's up, baby boy? Andy Cruz got his bell rung, and then I felt like he showed me adversity, that he could overcome it. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't even think he's 5 fights in yet. Correct me if I'm wrong. So he's showing me a lot especially for being under 10 fights, being under 5 fights. So I thought the Andy Cruz showing was a good showing. Jarrell Miller and Andy Ruiz, I could have done without. You know what I mean? That's a case.
Did you see a draw, or did you think Miller actually won that fight?
All right. I don't think Miller. I'm not going to say Miller won. It's more like Andy lost. Like Miller didn't do enough. That I felt like he didn't push. Like it all depended on Andy. If Andy would have turned up and not probably gassed out, and he would have won the fight. I'm not saying like Jarrell. He just makes all fights ugly to me. So I feel like Andy could have fought Andy's fight, which would have been a smarter fight for him to fight. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely wasn't really too ecstatic about that fight.
Well, let's wait a minute. Let's ask Taino. Taino, welcome to the show tonight. Thanks for joining us for a little while. We appreciate that.
What's going on? Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime. What I want to know from you is, do you agree with your brother or not? I mean, I want Sosa versus Sosa. I'm trying to get some stuff started here. Like, agree or disagree with the Miller versus?
I think both of them need to retire. I could have cared less for that fight, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
I don't know what Andy Ruiz is gonna do now that he broke his hand. He just came off with a 2 year layoff, so it's like with a broken hand now. At this point in your career, I think it's already too late. I think he's past his sell by date. I don't think he's gonna be able to become a world champ again like how he really wants to. And it's not like the um shit on his parade or anything like that, but I think it's gonna. I think there's a lot of other guys in his division right now that deserves that opportunity before he gets it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, what about Andy Cruz? Were you impressed with the way that he ended the fight? The power
I
was
mean,
still there.
I thought so. I mean, at the end of the day, he's seen some adversity. He did get
What's up,
hurt.
Bubble?
What's going on, Dad? Happy birthday, man.
I'm on the show right now.
I thought he was talking to me. Um, I did think that he did see some adversity and was able to bounce back from it. I like the way he finished the fight. I mean, the guy only had three professional fights. I know he got a lot of amateur experience, but a lot of guys do good in the amateurs, and when they go into the pros, they don't look so good. Under his situation, I don't think that's going to be one of them. I think they're going to try to fast track him, and he's going to have um, times where he's going to see adversity because of the fast track, and they're probably going to downplay him for it. But at the same time, you can only expect but so much from a guy who's already he fought for 2 or 3 belts until his going into his third or fourth professional fight. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Well,
I'm for it. I like the moves that he's making.
I agree.
okay.
And I think that kid got skills, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think he definitely
I
got
just
skills.
like the way he listened to his team when his team said, "Hey, you need to turn this up. If if you threw your hands more, you could get this dude out of here." And that's exactly what happened. As soon as he listened to his coaches, uh, Boots' his dad.
Listen,
And,
shout out to Bozy, shout out to the whole team because to be able to translate, you know what I mean? Because Andy, he needs his translator. He's not all the way fully converted as far as his English speaking and stuff like that. So I feel like
Mhm.
to be able to translate like that and then still have that effect, like I feel like Bozy's showing us, and I'm gonna be real, as much as I wasn't so impressed with Jarrell Miller, I feel like shout out to Bozy as well because a lot of people didn't know he was working his corner too. So when we look at Jarrell Miller
Right.
versus Dubois, and we look at him versus Ruiz, I felt like he had more shots. He landed. He got into a different shape. That's what I definitely respected. That he took the fight, a lot more serious. And I just feel like Bozy and his team, you know what I mean? Like I feel like they get in a sense overlooked, man. Bozy to me is showing that it's not just with his son. He got a 147 pounder, a 135 pounder, and then he got a heavyweight as well. Plus a bunch of other ones we haven't heard of yet. But I'm just saying, like as far as I just think Bozy's doing a real good job. And locally, he was already like legendary go-to status out there. He's just getting the recognition now. You know what I mean? In the
Yeah.
PA market. Shout out to Bozy, man.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. I mean, and that Philly style is probably going to work really well for Cruz, who has the Cuban pedigree, or is he Puerto Rican? Which one is he?
He's
No,
Cuban.
he's Cuban.
He is Cuban. Okay, so
Yep.
yeah, so he has the Cuban pedigree, but now you mix that with that, scrappy type of Philly style, and you get Andy Cruz. So I'm really excited about that.
See, but that's one thing
Let's
with
go ahead
Bozy.
and
Bozy, he doesn't train the like the, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, like the Danny Garcia type. You know what I mean? Bozy,
yeah,
he trains you to learn how to still stay slick while you fight in the pocket. Like besides the fighters, I've watched him, train everybody from the champions he got to even some of the prospects, and he knows how to like customize his work for his fighters. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't train Andy the way he trains Boots. He doesn't train Boots the way he trains Jarrell, and then like stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Let's go ahead and move up the card. I mean, there was also.
Wait, we skipped David Morrell.
Yes, that's true. He was first on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So we got David Morrell versus Hot Rod Kalajic. Now, half the people are saying, it was because Morrell had the layoff and he had to get back in the groove of things. And then the other half are saying, yo, Hot Rod showed some flaws for Morrell. What do you think is true? Or is it somewhere in the middle?
I mean, it's a thing of both. It's almost like I'm starting to learn that these guys don't win regardless, because when you're shutting everything out in 168 and you move up, you're getting the criticism almost like you're weight bullying. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing that happens to Benavidez. I don't think it's. Matter of fact, me and Ty, we spoke about this. I think like the hard time they're giving him is not even necessary. You get what I'm saying? Like I think they're reaching a little bit when, there's a couple of boxing podcasts saying he looked horrible, and I think it's just like a stretch. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when you pitching shutouts over and over and over again, they just wait for that one chink in your armor. No, I think he went through what fighters go through. He's a fighter. He moved up in weight. Competition, it was just adjusting. I think people forget what happens when we see him comfortable, because we see David Morrell dangerous at 168, comfortable. This is his first fight. Let him get comfortable. It's the same thing with the main event, but we'll get to that. It's just they killed him.
Yeah, I was going to say that does sound a lot similar to what Bud did, which is move up in weight and also take on somebody that's super skilled and is a more of a competitive fight at the same time. Which I don't know if that was the right thing to do.
I feel like a lot of people are overlooking the fact that this fight was outside.
Yep.
Tell us about that, Ty. As a boxer yourself, and you're facing the heat, LA Heat, in the middle of the summer. I mean, if I had to complain about one thing Prince Turkey did, and that's like, I was about to go to that fight and book a flight. I had a place to stay and everything. When I found out that was outside, I was like, nah, bro, I can't do that. So tell us about how that would feel as the actual boxer.
Well, the air out here compared to the East Coast is a lot different. The air is a little bit thinner. I mean, of course, in LA, you got the beaches right next to you, so you get a little bit more of a breeze. But them being in a dome, I can only expect that it was really no, wind going through there, and the card started early. You know what I mean? And when the David Morrell fought, it was broad day outside. So.
Yeah, it was.
I can only assume that it wasn't something that he was used to, especially with going up in weight, putting on the extra pounds. He wasn't feeling as fast or explosive. So I don't discredit him. I thought he did good. I thought he handled the task. I mean, of Hot Rod very well. A lot of people overlooked his opponent as well too. I mean, he was a live wire. He wasn't just a tomato
Hold
can.
up, Ty, you connected to the call?
Yeah. Let me try to fix it.
Oh, that sounds better. I agree with you 100% that people were downplaying his opponent. Hot Rod Kalajic has fought the best at lightweight heavyweight. He's even fought better BF. And this is the problem when people don't know the opponents as well as they know what's considered the A-side fighter. But Kalajic, he is he's a what you call a boxer puncher. So he's slick with what he's doing, and he can move around. And he does have some KOs on his record too. So when he gets that extension, with that beautiful jab he has, it's full power. In other words, his competition wasn't lightweight at all, and I think that's exactly what Morrell needed, to be able to face somebody like that. I just don't know if that's the fight he should have took when he's fresh into 175 pounds. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you want to talk about it, who else is there?
It's true, but you know how they can pull a number 11er? Like they got some unknown competition that they bring in from Europe, you know. But I'm just saying, get limited to the weight difference and then have a fight like a Hot Rod Kalaji. To me, that would have been better. But he did it all at once. The same thing with Bud. So, you know, we can expect that both of them are going to not look as well as they usually do, because you're like trying to get limited to the weight, and you're facing tougher competition than you might have faced. Well, at least for Morrell, he's faced tougher competition than he had when he was fighting at 168, to me. Anybody else?
I agree 100%. I'm not mad at him for taking that fight. I'm not mad at him at all. I think they're trying to set up the David versus David. I commend him. Like, he's not doing the Canelo. He's following. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's definitely chasing David Benavidez, and he's making it clear.
And maybe, you know what? Maybe having performances like that, it's a gift. You know, and the curse comes from the criticism, but the gift comes from where it opens more doors to where people actually want to fight you now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Right.
I'm super glad he took that fight. Same situation as far as the Andy Cruz. I feel like he showed diversity. He got rocked a couple of times. He also showed he's durable. He got punch resistance at 175. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm super good with that fight.
Okay, well, I see JT
right now because
he's on, but I see that Coach JT has joined us. No, he's back. He just had to take care of some business right quick.
We got to talk about the Big Baby Anderson fight, and we definitely got to
Okay, well, hold on 1 second, Sonny. We're going to go ahead and let Coach JT Taylor join us. We just saw him last week, or 2 weeks ago now, in Tampa, Florida, with his boxer, Mike Perry, who is a bare knuckle fighting top dog champion right now. And he has over 300 kids that he's working with daily over in Orlando at his gym. Let's go ahead and see what Coach JT got to say about all this too. What's up, Coach?
What's going on, guys? What's
What up,
poppin'?
my boy?
How's everybody?
All right.
Can y'all hear me?
Coach, we are discussing, yes.
Okay, all right.
Coach, we are discussing this Bud Crawford versus Maverick fight. And what we wanted to know as we going up the card, we want you to chime in with us on how you felt about the card. Were you able to watch that? First of all, were you tuned in a little?
Of course, I was tune in when T was fighting. You know, especially that spectacular card like that, you gotta tune in, especially if you're a boxing fan.
All right, awesome, man. Okay, Sonny, take it away. Well, who's next? Who's next on the card you want to discuss?
I want to discuss the Big Baby Anderson and Accolade fight.
Okay.
Or Coley.
Anderson versus Coley. And that fight was at heavyweight. And the underdog was Bacoli, according to the betting odds anyway. But I've gotten inside scoops all throughout that week saying if there's an upset, this was the fight that they would be an upset on. I want to know who was on the Anderson, Big Baby Jared Anderson, train before this fight.
Wasn't. I'm going to tell you. Who the bet on bets that I called? I bet on most fight situation. I would have came. I would be upset.
Okay, I don't know what happened to you, but you froze up a little bit. Let's go to Taino and see how he, if he was a big Baby Miller fan. I mean, a Jared Anderson fan before the fight.
Yeah.
Well, my brother
I,
could
you know,
tell you, I've been a fan of Jared Anderson since he was signed to Top Rank, I want to say.
okay.
I honestly thought he was going to be one of the future of the division. I think he's young. I think he's still got, some time to grow. He's only 24 years old. If you really want to speak about it, he's really just a big cruiserweight in the heavyweight division. A lot of people probably, if you really don't watch him as much, you won't see where he went wrong in that fight with Coley. He came out southpaw, and that's where he got hurt at. And he's not a southpaw fighter. I think that was his biggest mistake coming into, a fight with a guy who easily had 50, 60 pounds on him, into, a stance that you're not day-to-day training with. If you really go back and watch that fight, he came out southpaw, got dropped in the southpaw stance, and then going into the second round, he came out orthodox. And whenever he had his best success into that fight, he was in an orthodox stance. But honestly, I think he never really recovered from that first, knockdown. And also, what a lot of people don't know is he trained with Sugar Hill for only 3 weeks for this fight.
Yes, I don't like. I'm still confused as to why that transition to him started that close to a fight. I don't think it's like, I think it takes like 2 fights at least to start getting familiar and more lamented to whatever a new trainer might want to, help you develop. So a couple of weeks before the fight, I mean, Ty, you tell me, like, isn't it harder to transition after such a small amount of time?
I mean, the thing is you never know what that new trainer is going to teach them. You know what I mean? So it's like when you're dealing with someone for a very long time, you're kind of like having it already installed in you, with what that one trainer's been teaching you. So for you to go ahead and switch up that far in the camp, I have an inside tip that normal that he was supposed to train with Bomac before he chose to train with Sugar Hill. And I don't know what happened with that whole scenario. He actually did train with Bomac for a couple of days and then went to train with Sugar Hill like 2 to 3 weeks prior to the fight. And I just think at that point, I don't know if it was him or Sugar Hill that told him to come out southpaw, but I think, it was just all bad from him just training, with one person and jumping to another that close into your fight.
Mm. Okay, so Coach JT, this is a perfect time for you to chime in as you can give us that trainer position, you and Spanish Rey. I mean, can you tell us how you think what Taino is saying has some truth?
Yeah, no, I got a lot of truth to it. I mean, I think that he should have stayed doing what he was already doing. No matter if he switched camps or not, you got to you got to get used to the coach. Got to understand you already have a style already that he has to actually, just duplicate, or he just got to try to make it better. Change it completely. You try to change a fighter, it just doesn't work. Especially at that caliber. I think Jared should have boxed him more, should have fucking moved. Instead of just standing in the paint, that guy want to sit there. He chose to stay there with him and try to show his balls bigger, but that's too heavy. Take a punch. So I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Jared to be back. This is a wake up call for him to slow down. He's like you say, he's 24 years old. He got nothing but time. The problem with most of these fighters, they try to take that old. I like what this Turkish guy is doing. He's got the best fighting the best. So I mean, not saying that you got to do it right now, early in your career. You still find journeymen, but once you get there,
Exactly.
do it.
I have this discussion with my brother all the time. I say the same thing. This is and I hate doing it, but you have to. The social media and the direct access to these athletes, it affects it a lot because they're not fighting for the plan; they're fighting to prove people wrong. So I call this one the Berlanga effect. Shout out to Edgar. But when you're chasing a check, it all depends on your mentality. Do you want to make 10 million one time or 5 million 10 times? You know what I mean? And there was nothing wrong, in my opinion, with Big Baby still being built up. Because he is 24, 25, like we say, is still young. It's like there's not really no rush in a sense. We already see that his head isn't all the way in it to where he's not doing it for belts. He's not, you know. So the only reason I can't blame it on Sugar Hill, he got caught finally for the same thing we knew he was going to get caught for. Now, if I would have seen Big Baby looking different in there, then maybe we could probably give a little, but he was still pulling back with his hands down. You know what I mean? He was still, you know, and then at the end, like to telling him orthodox. Every time he went against him, he got hurt. And I give him the props at the end to be like, I didn't listen to my corner. I'll be back. He definitely showed me grit. You know, I just feel like I don't know if that's how I really wanted to see, you know, the grit, because it's like we said, he has the potential to be all the goods in the world. He's still young, but depending on how he's really built, that kind of fight could damage you as a fighter. You know what I mean? So I don't think that was a good fight to take.
I want to talk to Spanish Rey about that too. I want to ask Spanish Rey as a trainer, what does he think about moving a fighter too fast? And when is the right time to move up? Well, you know, step up, I should say, step up.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
First, I want to start it off by saying, JT, take your time, man. You're a busy guy. Appreciate you. Especially for my birthday. Today's my birthday. This is my gift right here. Watching my boys.
Happy birthday, my guy.
Salute, Jay. As far as that, I think that his name is Gerard, right? I saw him a couple of times acting cocky. Sometimes when they bounce trainers like that, we don't even know what kind of time he gives the trainers. Maybe he got too good too quick. He wasn't listening. Adatai said that he was supposed to go to Bowman, ended up with Sugar. Like, I see what Jones. So he needed this. This might have been a rude awakening. That ring will expose you, man. If you act outside that ring, ring will call you out. Maybe he needs it.
Okay.
When Bob Arum told him, we're gonna act like this didn't happen.
Oh, for real?
You kidding me? Act like it didn't happen. That sounded like he was trying to hand him a baby box. Call him Big Baby, right?
Yep.
No, you gotta tell him no, man. We're gonna, but it seems like they're gonna keep. I don't know. Listen, in a way, this big guy. This guy was even heavier than him, right?
It's a big guy. Yeah, he's huge.
And he hit him with a right hand. I think it was the right.
The uppercut hurt in the first.
Oh, but who fought southpaw? This guy's switch.
Jared came out southpaw.
I would come out southpaw with a right-handed big guy like that. Knowing that the right hand,
and he was standing right in his wheelhouse, like he was right in that zone where he could extend and be bam right there. Like that was what was most shocking to me, actually.
He thinks he should call.
I thought he knew distancing a little better than that. Like that's what shocked me the most. Is I'm like, damn, I thought that Big Baby knew distancing a little bit better than this. He's standing right in the pocket where this man can just extend and be right there on him. And that guy had some long arms. His reach was super long. Did anybody notice that?
Yeah. I noticed though.
Yeah. Emilio was like, it reminded him of
Sakura, I was telling my little brother, Okoli got natural power. He was hitting them with straight arm punches. There was no waist turns. He wasn't putting his back into it. That dude is a savage. He's a savage. It's not like he can't be beat though, because the pocket fighting, when we seen Little Baby effective with the nice body shots, if he would have never stood there for the counters, he would have been, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't fold. He didn't fold off that first shot. That end of the first round shot, that wasn't something that you could just bounce back from. He's a big boy. So being that he got up and actually came back and started throwing some shit after that too.
Oh yeah, he showed he had some fight in him, but it was just some things that I just was surprised at this stage in his career he didn't know more better than that. Let's ask JT what he thinks.
I mean,
JT.
I respect him. I mean, I respect him, man, because sometimes when you got these new guys that you start to train for the fight, they don't listen to you, and they get a dub, and then you act like the coach never was even there, you know. So I respect what he said. He said he didn't listen to the corner. Did whatever he wanted to do, basically. I respect that, because I always say, as a coach, it's a lose situation, because when the fighter wins and wins, people don't realize if it wasn't because of in there, you know. And then when they lose, the first person they point at is the coach.
Is the coach.
So it's like a lose-lose situation. I'm gonna get no clout as when you win. I'm gonna get all the clout when you lose.
Listen, that's the short clip right there, Sakura. That's the short clip for this episode, because that was so much truth. And that's what happened with Deontay Wilder and Mark Breland, respectfully. You know what I mean? When Deontay's winning, you know, they getting all the credit in the world. As soon as he loses, they try to blame Mark. I see that with so many different trainers and stuff like that. What he said was super duper on point to me. That's definitely the short clip right there. Shout out to
all right, I'll make sure I make sure I reel it or short it, whatever these people got going on today. I feel like Taino is on a point too when he says, you know, you're transitioning from like you were training 1 week with, you know, Bomag, and then you switch over and now you with Sugar. I mean, literally, I feel like Sugar Hill might be a better fit because he knows so much about heavyweights, and you know that front gym and Emmanuel Stewart, they know about them bigger weight classes, and he's had such great success when it came to Fury. And switching his style up. So it possibly could be a better fit. And also a lot of times boxers go to certain gyms and then they realize like, hey, I'm not top dog in here. Like, you know, like Bomag is all about Bud, and he always is going to be. Rey Sosa is going to always be about Canelo, and everybody knows this. So when you go to these gyms and then you see that you're not top priority, sometimes you get in your feelings and you like, you know, you ready to bounce because I want to go where I'm a priority, you know. So I mean, maybe those are factors that we don't really know about yet.
Yeah, or the money. I mean, depending on how much Bomag was charging, and depending on how much Hill was charging.
But you see, this is why I was just gonna speak on. One thing that I think is that this is just a recipe for failure. From the moment he went from one trainer to the other, because it's like, okay, it doesn't matter if you were kind of like if you chose to train with Sugar Hill, but it's like how much. Right, let's say you said something, Shakur. You said Sugar Hill knows well when it comes to heavyweight fighters, dealing with heavyweight fighters. But it's like it doesn't really matter to an extent, because it's like how much does he know Jared Anderson?
He does, though.
Not well yet at all. Like not well yet at all.
Wait, hold on. He actually does, because if we remember clearly, Tyson Fury stamped Jared Anderson a long time ago. He had him in camp for a long time when Sugar Hill was training him. So he was watching him from an opposition side. Tyson Fury was one of the first ones to stamp Jared Anderson before he even got signed to Top Rank. And he said he was going to be the future. He prepared him for the Deontay fights and a couple. That was like his little secret weapon in his training camp. So Sugar Hill definitely has experience, and not even just from the trainer sense, but like from the opposition side. You know what I mean? He was in Fury's corner for that. So I gotta disagree.
I still think it's a little different than you pinpointing
with that short of a
height.
notice, did he do it because he knows Jared Anderson, or did he do it for the check?
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. What if Jared Anderson was the one who reached out? I highly doubt that Sugar Hill was like, "Yo, let me work with you." Maybe he looked at it like, you don't know if they even worked together or had a certain history. Now, regardless of whatever the case may be, it's no different with the Ryan Garcia, Derrick James situation. Respectfully, I love Derrick James. I didn't see Ryan Garcia do nothing different. All right. From his last fights, the wild hooks, it looked good training. They were training, it looked beautiful. I didn't see Jared Anderson do anything different anyway. So it really doesn't matter who's going to train you. If you're not going to listen to what's being applied to you and you're still going in there with the old shit, you know what I'm saying? You can't unlock new doors with
I thought that Ryan, I thought it made a difference for Ryan with the strategy. I think the strategy was way different in the Ryan Garcia fights than what he had previously.
Which one?
I'm talking about when he fought Devin Haney. I saw a different strategy that they used instead of Ryan trying to like stick the jab out there and stay away or whatever. In that particular fight, it was more like he went after him and he made Haney be on his back feet a lot.
But
so
he did the same thing to Tank.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you said that you didn't see much difference in the training, but strategy is a part of training.
No. I said I seen the difference when they were training. You feel me? I didn't see the difference. Everything I seen them work on, because regardless of the way he washed them, that was a close fight. If you take the knockdowns away, it's not like Devin Haney got scraped all 12 rounds. The thing that opened it up was the domination. You know what I mean? So I didn't see Ryan Garcia's defense or bringing his hands back after the shots, because of course when you're in the moment, it's kind of hard to, you know what I mean? I just feel like when they were training, it looked real good. Remember Ty used to tell you, Ryan's looking, but I didn't see him execute anything that we seen in the training footage in the ring.
No, not at all. No, he looking.
But there again now, Coach JT and Spanish Rey, y'all know that the old school trainers is not going to be really showing what they really doing. They're not going to let you video when they really teaching you,
of course,
what they don't want out there. Like, you're not going to see that video anyway.
I think Derrick James, I think he mostly worked on Ryan was power. We know Ryan got speed, but put speed and power together, and you work on his power, he's going to get a lot harder. Plus the size difference. Devin Haney's a weight bully. We know that. You know what I'm saying? This difference was Ryan was a weight bully also with you and the guy that's your size. That was what you bring to the table. So yeah. But I think strategy wise, I think he went in there with a different mind. He went in there more confident than ever. Obviously with the game stuff like he was playing before the fight. So I just think everything worked well for Ryan.
Yeah. Because I see.
Let's go ahead and move on the card, guys. We need to move on and get to the Bud Crawford fight.
Wait, Pitbull.
Let's get
Pitbull.
Okay, but I do want to talk to Coach JT about his career and his boxers. So we got to move it on. So let's say Bud, and then see where our time is at right then, son. Okay, so JT, you started off. What did you think of Bud? The competition, him at 154, and should there be a Canelo fight? Should he be thinking about moving to 168?
Canelo's not going to move like this guy. This guy was amateur sensation. He moved good in and out. His rhythm changing, so he really never gave Crawford a set position to actually try to get that timing down. I think he struggled in the beginning, and he was just trying to figure him out because Crawford takes about 3, 4, 5 rounds. Once he starts figuring out, he starts sitting down. Notice about Crawford was in this fight, when he starts pressing, the last 15, 20 seconds of the round, he was really confident. Like he's like, I can get this guy out of here. And he reached the next round, and then he waits all the way to the end of the round and do it again. Like, yo, start the round like that. You could have got the guy out of there. He took it out of there. You know, but I mean, he should fight another guy at 154. I don't think he should fight Canelo right now. Because Canelo's big right now. If Canelo can drop all the weight down and then blow back up, it's gonna be like a 30-pound difference in fight night.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, like my thing with Bud that night particularly is I think he felt the power difference. I think he was staying away from Majidov for a reason. I think he felt that difference in power just from 147 to now you're fighting a real sturdy European, muscle at 154, and I think he felt that power, and so he was like, let this steam run off for
yeah, but remember he was sparring Andre Ward. He was using Andre Ward in his camp, and Andre Ward, we all know
he was in there for like a week or two. Yeah.
I think that was just one sparring session.
Think so?
Yeah, from what I heard, that was just one sparring session.
Okay, I thought he was in there for a couple times. So.
He probably
he said he was in camp for like 2 weeks, but I don't know how many times he actually sparred him though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you think about it, that's exactly who he fought like.
Yeah.
Very careful, still effective. I feel like he was not gonna do what he did with Mean Machine. Because if I had to make a comparison as far as opposition, I would give Madrimov that same with the way Madrimov wasn't scared to bring the fight. It wasn't like an Avanesian in a sense. You know what I mean? So, I feel like I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. It's the same thing I said about Morrell. He moved up for somebody to move. Put it like this. Let me see one of the Brian Normans or Barrios or anybody, just move up to 154 and do that to it. Not then, I'm super cool with what Bud did. I'm not all the way cool with the 168 move. You feel me? I think he should do what Boots should do in 147. Clean that shit up. But Bud gotta.
What do you think? You think Canelo is 168 too much for Bud after his performance at 154?
Yeah, I think there's weight classes for a reason. I'm a big fan of Terrence Crawford. I've been following him almost his whole career. I just think that's a fight. It's a fantasy fight. I don't think that's something that can happen. And I think he just be out of his weight class, and it will show.
All right, birthday boy, tell us what you think. Bud, 154 to 168. Is that going to be a competitive fight?
First of all, before I say that, I always got to say something off the regular. Hey, Sonny, you hear me?
What's up, man?
You and JT got something in common, right?
Who's that?
Kevin, the barbershop guy.
Kevin.
Kev, your man Kev. That's his man.
Oh, yeah, the one that, okay.
That's his man. That's KJ.
Right, Kev, that's my man. He opened up the shop in Claremont, right?
Yeah. I think he closed the shop down, though.
I remember when I seen him. He was my well, he was in Orlando too before, and then when I seen him out there, because I was nervous. Remember, Bob? I'm like, man, when you go to certain barbers, you just can't go to anybody. JT, you feel me? Yeah, Kevin's a good dude, man. Solid.
Good. All right. So now that I got we talk about Air Bud, right?
Yeah, Bud.
My Bud. Let me tell you something. He hadn't fought in a year.
Yes, it was a year exactly.
Come on, let's talk about it. We're talking about a whole. Another thing, they don't give him no credit, man. They saying now that he got I saw that fight. The other guy did a lot of turkey, but he didn't press the issue. You gotta defend your belt, man. You can't do all that hurt jerky stuff, and then he didn't do enough to win. So here we go again with Bud now. Say it again.
That awkward style that Maginov was doing was, taking time to kind of figure out. So I think people underestimated the level of competition that he was going to offer, plus the size difference. Bud is trying to get, used to that additional weight.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking, do you think he could go up to 168 and be effective against Canelo?
Number one, he spars against big guys. He shouldn't fight right away. I would take who's the guy that's calling him up? Caleb Plant? There's somebody calling him up.
Jamel Charlo has now said. Jamel Charlo says, "Hey, he wants some of that smoking on Bud.
There you go.
There
you go.
But I think what it really is, like, I want some of this Prince Turkey money too."
Everybody wants Canelo for the money, man. The thing is, you know what it does? Things get personal. You got Teofimo asking. I'm like, bro, Tio, I like you, man. In terms of profit, is bigger than you. Get back to this guy moving up. I say, go with somebody like Charlo or the Plant. Somebody, or he goes to. That's what I'm doing.
Right. Who's next? Who else wants to give? Should he fight? Should he still be trying to target a Canelo fight?
I'm gonna just start calling out Tyson Fury.
I don't think fight's gonna happen.
Well, you want to? I mean, you threw Tyson Fury out there. I wasn't like, huh? You said as long as you want to go up, you might as well just go on up to heavyweight.
He's been sarcastic,
like Roy Jones did, huh? Just go ahead and go jump to a real heavyweight.
Well, I'm saying that because sorry, I'm about to air this. Hold on, just 1 second.
Okay. We hear you just fine though.
Yeah, I'm just saying that because you got these guys that's like asking for these fantasy fights, and I think they're just doing it to kind of like sell their next fight, or they're just doing it just to get a payday to ride off in the sunset. You know what I mean? I don't think TL stands a chance in there with Thomas Crawford. I think he will be outskilled, and it will be too much of a weight difference for him. I'm actually cool with both of them. And standing next side by side, I just think Terence Crawford is way bigger of a person than T is. You know what I mean? So I just think he's asking for a fantasy fight. He's asking for a payday. I mean, he's been stuck on a contract with Top Rank, who we all know. Top Rank is one of the worst promotional companies to be with. If you're looking to get paid, if you're looking for a payday.
Really?
If you want to move fast and have one of the best matchmaking, then Top Rank is where you want to go. But striking a payday, just think about it. You probably only name me like two fighters that signed with Top Rank that can sell out an arena. And when I mean an arena, I say a stadium, should I say.
Yeah.
Who?
Gotcha.
Tyson Fury is one of them.
Okay.
Lomachenko, maybe.
Well, you talking about it? Hey, nice balloons, guy. Yo,
okay.
Listen.
Well, I feel like Taino has a serious point, and I know that some boxers have had problems. I mean, even Shakur is saying that they were not able to secure him a big mega fight, which is why he wasn't interested in re-signing for an extension on that contract.
Well, they was
But
offering
also,
him for $15 million. Crazy. Of course, level.
okay, talk to me about that. What you gotta, I don't know these business moves, Coach JT.
No, I
Okay,
mean,
I'm a super fan, I'm an aficionado, but I don't know the business side. So how does that, equate to what you feel like Shakur is really worth?
I mean, I think he's worth that. Me personally, because I mean, he's not a for a technical fighter. I mean, I'm a technical coach. Love watching him because of the technique. He's not one of those fighters going to get you out. He's going to box you and box you and box you and maybe lose and boring. But we love it because it's just a part of the game, you know. But those fans that are not real fight people, you know what I'm saying? They want to knock out.
They want the entertainment.
Yeah. So if he's doing that, then of course he's going to get the money. But when you kind of like boring a little bit, because we love it, you know. But to the other fans, they think he's boring, so they're not really going to tune in to watch him actually box and do, show the true science. So to them, they're like, no, you're boring. But it's an art. So if he was getting these guys out there, then yes, he deserves the money. But he got to do that, man. The last fight, I mean, we're all like, yo, what are you doing? Get him out of there. Couldn't get him out of there.
I agree.
Yeah, he does admire his work of being able to help.
100%. It's easy to blame the thing, but then we got to look at. All right, when we see Inoue and Fulton, they secure Inoue one of his biggest fights. When we look at him and Tyson Fury and Usyk, whether Turkey Al-Ashish was the money and all that, I respect that. They still secured that fight. Now, when we talk about those fighters, those are exciting fighters. So when we talk about the Shakurs, and I feel like Bud had the same problem, but you became undisputed on top rank with the 140. They really knew how to move you, because our biggest problem with Bud is the route he went and the people he fought when he got undisputed at 140. I feel like you can't control who's there at that time. He did the job. It's kind of like what Boots is going through right now. If he sweeps that 140, so he has to get credit regardless. We can't control that. Stanionis and Barrios and Ryan Norman are the champions right now. All the other ones. So if he's there in that, that's what happened with Bud. You know what I mean? But then he did it again with 147. So with the Shakur complaining, it's more like, bro, they still was going to give you the most money you was going to get than anywhere else. That guaranteed $3 million. The problem is, it goes back, in my opinion, they watching Tank and they want what Tank get, but they don't want to do what Tank does. Like for Shakur to try to demand a certain amount of split, how do you not take a flat fee for your first time and you've never fought on pay-per-view, bro? So how do you even demand a percentage thing? No, what you do is you take that one-time fee. If you confident in yourself, you spank him out, then you gotta do the rematch. And guess who's in charge in the rematch? Zab Judah took $100,000 in his rematch with Corey Speaks, so he could become undisputed again. $100,000. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like they want too much, but JT was right. They not. It's like the mouth is more than the movement with a lot of them. And I love Shakur, like I said, as a fan. But for the business thing, I don't. Sorry.
Well, he feels like he can get more money, and guess what? These other promoters are saying they can get him more money. So he's not quite wrong in his thinking that he can get more money.
But he's going to take part of fight too.
That's right. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. But the thing is, you're going to have to step up your game and you're going to have to fight some real dogs. Yep. And that's what the fans really want to see. And that's like Turkey. I don't know if you guys saw it, but when he was introduced, when Eddie Hearns introduced Shakur to Prince Turkey, he was like, I need to know now.
Yeah,
like you literally heard him say that. Like, I need to know what you want this fight now. What's up? You know, like he's not gonna spend a lot of time letting you think about it and marinate it or give me this fight first. Like he like, no, I need to know, do you want this work or not? because I'm
you're
not with
life,
it.
but you're not.
Right. You about this or you not.
Yeah.
And that's what gives me, I wanted to make sure I got this in because I don't know if you guys saw this, but Turkey kind of responded to Canelo
Yep.
and earlier, and he's saying, and thanks IFL TV, we appreciate the way you posted this. But what I'm saying to you guys is like, cause he called out Canelo, said he didn't really want a bona fide fight after losing to Bivol, and he says you don't like my style. How I make matches because I expect you a competitive match. So, Turkey, damn, you put him out there, but you did it in a very respectful way. I
He
can't
gotta
hate
calm
on him.
down, man. Turkey gotta relax, man.
I understand, but he was trying to make that fight, and he's pissed that that fight is not materializing after he promised. He probably promised, but yeah, I can get that fight for you. You see, that's where the promoters start getting. The more agitated I see a promoter, then the more I realize I know that they done promised some shit and it's not happening. So that's when they get upset.
Yeah, but we already know. Listen, we already know that Canelo, you know, like towards the end of his career, he's taking the money fights, and he did, you know. And I just feel like, okay, the fights, the idea, everything was cool with that card. The production, it looked cool. I don't know what the hell they was thinking, having Eminem do close to an hour show before the main event. I had to watch the Buck Crawford fight the next day because I fell asleep. I'm keeping it 100. Keeping it all the way 100 with you.
I think it was like 30 minutes, but I definitely think the whole thing was overrated that he was going to perform because I was not that impressed with the performance. I hate to say that because I do respect Eminem's skills, but I like that was hard. That was not entertaining, and it didn't hype up the main event to me the way that a performance should help the fans be hyped up. Anybody else want to? Yeah, like I was kind of like, well, what is this, Eminem? Do you understand boxing and the way that you want to hype up people for the main event or not? Taino,
Exactly.
please tell me, please tell me that you felt that Venezuela, or did you feel that Pitbull Cruz won that fight? I want to know from a boxer standpoint.
Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling for?
Because I was going for Pitbull, man. I was going for Pitbull. I mean, it depends. Look, I'm gonna stand firm on what I believe on. I'm gonna stand firm on what I believe on. When you got the title and you fighting for the title, I think you gotta like what they say, you gotta take the title from the champion.
You gotta take it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Be
depending
careful,
on what
this
the
is gonna be
judges was looking at,
like
one of the judges, remember he won on a split decision. So one of the judges had Isaac Cruz up on the scorecards. He had
Correct.
he had Jose on his like the whole fight. He was the one applying the pressure the whole fight. He was
my
he was
I
God.
landing
agree.
the
I
cleaner
agree.
punches.
I agree. Yes.
He was
Very
landing the
true.
cleaner punches, the more
Cleaner
powerful
and
punches.
harder punches. Cleaner
Exactly.
and harder punches.
Wait.
So
I agree.
in my opinion, in my opinion,
Hey, yo, Jay, this is what I
someone
go
who
to.
was fighting
Let Taino finish. Let Taino finish. Hold on.
someone who was fighting for a belt as a challenger,
Uh-huh.
I don't
Look at
think
Ray. Look at Ray. Look at Ray.
he should have won on a split decision without scoring at least one knockdown. I think if anything, it could have been a draw.
Now, if
Okay.
I
Well,
agree,
you said that to me.
if I agree,
I don't think so. I think Pitbull won that fight. He didn't cause no
I'm
damage.
saying at
It's
the worst, it could have been a
effective
draw.
punching. All right. I feel like it's effective punching that has to happen. I didn't see no effective punching from Venezuela. I'm sorry, I didn't. I know he's a slick boxer, and he was slipping in and out. He made it difficult.
He's not though.
He landed a couple uppercuts. It was cute. But besides that, he ain't do nothing.
Crazy.
He said
I mean, you could just look at the way they look. Like it was like,
Listen,
what the hell?
listen, I'm gonna keep
No.
it real. This is
Wait a minute. I'm trying to tell my
y'all
side
killing
of
me right
things.
now.
I'm trying to tell you that
Suicide
Carlino
over
is
here.
on
Y'all
point on
killing me
this
right
one.
now.
Damn it. Pitbull won that fight, okay? That dude didn't do nothing to him.
No way.
And when I was listening to the commentating, I was like, are they the same fucking fight? Because I don't see all this extra what they was talking about. Woo, 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 lies. Like, and I'm like, are people falling for this? Like they had already made up in their mind earlier in the fight who was gonna win this fight, dog. Based on the commentating.
No,
I was just like, okay, I'm done.
Cruz was the favorite. No way. No way.
Okay.
And the thing
I already know
Cruz
my brother's
was favorite
opinion.
on a Riyadh card.
I want to hear JT's opinion on that fight.
There ain't no favorites on no Riyadh card. He could give a damn less who won, as long as that fight is competitive. Neither one of them is his boxers.
I promise you, when we talk about the favorites and all that on the Riyadh
I
card,
love Spanish Rey.
I'm going to spit some shit to you. But go ahead, JT. What's your opinion on that fight?
All right, so let's do this. Let's take El Rayo out. And make that Shakur Stevenson doing the same exact thing El Rayo did to Pitbull. Who wins the fight?
Shakur smoking.
Pitbull Cruz.
No, I mean you got to get a lot.
JT, look, in my opinion,
You asked the kind of correct question, but if you say put Shakur in there, who do you think
boxing the
the
same
judges
exact way.
would have favored?
Yeah, but boxing.
Who do you think the judges would have favored with Shakur in the fight? They would have favored Shakur.
Yeah, but boxing the same
right
exact
now?
way. Pitbull was the favorite to win the fight, but El Rayo put a boxing clinic. Regardless if he had enough
Boxing clinic don't win fights these days.
Yeah, but
El Rayo's not even one of those though. That's what I was explaining. It wasn't about El Rayo being the super Floyd Mayweather. Yo, bro, I'm so glad that we got to discuss this because, and I know my brothers because I use the same words. Todd, did I not say them same words? I said he put on a clinic. I'm not an El Rayo man. I knew that was going to
No. Because guess what? It is a boxing clinic is when you don't get hit, but you hit.
Yeah, but you got to look at Pitbull landing.
But don't get hit. There was not that much hitting from Valenzuela. I'm sorry. You avoided shots and you moved out of the way. You rotated Cruz. He was still contacting your ass. Every time you got him in the corner, he was still making contact. He was still hitting this guy. And Valenzuela wasn't getting that much hit in. When you put on a boxing clinic, it's hit and don't get hit.
Okay, so
he got hit.
So
whenever,
this, right?
And so he also didn't hit Cruz hardly any.
I know. Answer me this, guys. Pitbull, right?
Okay, I just want to make that clear.
So clean, right? But El Rayo got knocked out by De Los Santos and got hurt by Chris Colbert. So if Pitbull was catching him so clean and he's this big puncher that everybody says, why would a Chris Colbert?
I never said he was a big puncher.
No. Chris Colbert caught him more clean than you can say Pitbull did. It looks like it because of the pressure, but El Rayo, his face wasn't even damaged after. That was when you say a clinic.
And Cruz's wasn't either. So what's the point?
That's for man.
Yeah, but Cruz's look the same way. They don't get no damage at all.
I was gonna say the same thing.
That's not the point of whether he looks the same. He is who he is. Yes, he's a pressure fighter and he's a puncher, but he's not a hard puncher with knockout power like.
I'm gonna explain to you why it's a point.
However.com, if you say it's slick boxing, I'ma think that you're talking about I'm missing shots, but I'm landing shots on my opponent. He wasn't landing that much
All right. Yeah,
on
he
Cruz
definitely
in those
was
different
landing. He
rounds.
definitely was.
Nah,
He definitely was landing.
he was landing shots. It wasn't significant to like you guys want. Y'all want to get knocked
Yeah.
out
That
or
pity
whatnot.
pat shit,
But
that
it was
pity
the
pat
point.
It was.
shit.
It
I'm
wasn't
telling
pity
you right
pat.
now, most judges are not going to
It
reward
wasn't pity
a
pat.
boxer for
Those
no
wasn't
pity
pity
pat
pat
shit,
shots. Sorry.
especially not here in Florida. Coach
Listen.
JT, am I not lying?
Yeah,
Listen,
you're
man.
right. In
You
Florida,
got
for
Oh,
sure.
you
Definitely
want
in
to do
Florida.
some
But
effective
you got to
punching.
remember, you
You
got
got to
two
do some
judges.
effective punches.
You had two judges that decided that that's what they like and that's what they chose. So they gave him the win. I had him winning
Well,
unanimous. I didn't have him winning by the split. I had a unanimous because I thought it was a clinic. I
Yep.
like he couldn't touch him. He made him look stupid. He put him up against the ropes. He turned him. I mean, literally, all we knew
he didn't
Pitbull
hurt
had
him. He
one
didn't
way.
hurt him, and he
Bro,
didn't touch him
when
that
did we
much.
ever see
Yeah,
El
but Pitbull
Rayo
had
work
one
hands
way to
before,
beat
though,
him,
Coach?
and that was walk him down and try to knock him out, and that's it. He had nothing else to offer.
Thank you.
Just because you only have one skill and you do it very well doesn't mean that it shouldn't just still get you the fight win if that's what's determined.
Yeah, but think
All
about
I'm
it.
saying is, and I understand slick boxing and I respect it. I'm just saying I need to see you put some damage. You gonna make me pay when I hit.
Yep.
When you miss me, I'm supposed to make you pay.
Bro,
Isn't
not
that
for
it,
nothing.
damn it?
Listen,
Spanish Ray, is that
they
not
missing the
it?
point.
Spanish Ray.
I'm
If
sorry.
if you
Nah,
make
not at all.
if
Not
I
at
make
all.
you
let
miss,
Not
and
at
you
all.
come at me,
hold on,
I'm supposed to hurt you.
Not at
hold
all.
on, hold on. Hold on. My son is catching an aneurysm over there.
I'm cool. Nah, shout out
Don't
to
you love it?
listen,
Hold
at the
on.
end of the day,
His
listen,
antagonist.
I'm not catching. I'm just saying everybody got their own definition of a clinic. Now, El
Put
Rayo
that
is
shit
not
on some. You go put
El
that some
Rayo.
stank
Listen,
on
look
it.
at El
You
Rayo's
ain't put
record.
no stank on that. I'm sorry.
Everybody
Is my
thought this was going to be a
man?
Mexican shootout. Everybody thought this was going to be a Mexican shootout because El Rayo's not even a boxer. So yes, it's a clinic when a brawler can outbox you. It was easy. Pitbull is the easiest to figure out. Tio would have done it. Anybody would have done that. It doesn't even make Rayo special. He might
Man,
get knocked off.
Okay.
He might get knocked off his next
But
defense.
it's not
What I'm
turn to
saying
talk.
is,
Turn to talk.
yeah.
huh?
Say what you gonna say, buddy. Come on, birthday
You
boy.
sure now? You
Hit
sure
prospect.
now? I got two kids over there, so I gotta be careful what I say. They're gonna say, I'm favoring the other one.
We gonna
I'm
get you a birthday pass.
gonna say, I'm gonna say what I feel. They both, they both got points because I'm gonna say why. Got the belt. When you got the belt, you gotta take it off the guy with the belt. You don't just outbox the guy unless if they're both going for the title. I, would, I believe it should have been a draw so they could do it again because as respect to the title holder, I always said that. Back in, the thing that hold on, the thing that this is boxing, not brawling. This guy better give him a click. But how do you look at it the other side? I would have given it a draw. I would have given it a draw. Let's do it again. That's it. That's my pick.
Okay, Spanish Ray has spoken. We got CJ Hooker here, and he says, y'all talking about Pitbull Cruz losing. You might as well put the guy who won, the guy's Valenzuela, up against Shakur. You will have a pity pat party.
Nah, let's put Pitbull in there with Shakur because Shakur dodging him, and let's see how it happens with that. I think it's gonna be the same exact thing. He's gonna box him and he's gonna make him look stupid.
You said he needs to put who need to go in there with
Put
Pitbull?
Shakur in there with Pitbull. I mean, Shakur keeps wanting to go 140 and challenge. Put him in there with him.
JT, you think Shakur got a chance?
I mean, obviously he's gonna run. He's gonna pick the same exact thing. He's gonna pick him, move. He's not gonna stay in the same spot. I mean, we all think it's gonna be a boring fight.
I got a question. So if you think that Shakur was gonna run, what the hell was that Valenzuela was doing? Is that one of the same running you talking about?
He was hitting them, check hooking them, exiting, landing the shots, shooting uppercuts, exiting again. Shakur just shoot and run completely. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, obviously his boxing is looking different. Rayo's an actual
crazy.
fighter that stays
I
running.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, JT.
All
Coach,
right.
you know what
Well,
kills
thanks,
me?
CJ, for your comment. We appreciate you. I just
Coach.
wanted to know, are you saying, CJ, are you saying that you thought that Cruz won that fight, or are you saying that you thought Valenzuela won that fight? Let us know. Chime in.
Sonny, what you about to say?
Okay, who's next?
I was about to say it's just crazy the way boxing works because Rayo is not a pity pat dude. He just put Chris Colbert to sleep.
Yeah.
Bad.
Hold on, it's Chris Colbert.
Hold on, wait.
Oh.
Hold on. He dropped De Los Santos before he got knocked out too. So it's not even like the way he fought is what his style is. He adjusted. That's what's bugging
That's
me
what
out.
fighters do. That's what true pure boxers do. They adjust.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying in this particular fight, I didn't see no hurt game. I ain't see no hurt business.
When you look at Pitbull's corner, all they told him was hit him hard, hit him hard. They gave him no direction, nothing.
Well, you already know about some of these training teams, Coach. You know that firsthand.
Hold on, Ty, real quick. Answer me this, Ty. Remember you told me he was going to slaughter him in rounds. And I told you, I said, I'm not a Rayo fan. I was watching him train. They gave that man. I was watching him train. He listened to his corner, bro. He stood and listened to. He didn't even fight his normal fight. We've seen El Rayo before, bro. That's not the way he fights. He worked his game plan. That was my whole situation. I knew this was gonna happen to Pitbull in a matter of time. I thought it was gonna happen with Shakur first. When I seen Giovanni Cabrera do it, I've been telling you that the whole time. And the thing with me is this, right? I watched the fight 2-3 times. Bro, you see how much he made Pitbull miss? And I mean bad. I mean bad. It was like the fight in spurts in a sense, you know? So my whole thing is...
But we already knew that he was going to be missing shots, though, because of the fact that there's a huge height difference. There's a huge reach difference. Like, we already knew he was going... What surprised me is how he still was able to get to Valenzuela and in a lot of spurts.
So
that's what surprised me. It's like,
wait. We said that Valenzuela ran. We're not saying he never fought him in the pocket.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. That's not what I said either. I said that I was surprised that Pitbull was able to still land on someone with that much height difference and that much reach difference. And he was still landing.
But with that much height, why would I stay low with you and give you the no? You're gonna have to work. I don't understand that. And hold on, Ty. You remember you said Rayo was chinny. So if he got caught so clean, how come he wasn't? You said he was getting put out. Remember?
Listen, I did say that, but you want to know what is Pitbull's bread and butter? It's his left hook. He didn't land not one left hook on
because Rayo took it away from him.
It wasn't that he took it away from him. If he would have landed that left hook, we would have seen how chinny Rayo is.
Nigga, he caught him still. Rayo wasn't just running. He was still. How you think he caught the uppercuts? He was catching him with uppercuts, moving out the way, and still.
This is funny.
You gotta watch that fight again.
I just feel like Valenzuela didn't do enough. I'm with Taino. Valenzuela did not do enough to beat Pitbull, especially him as a champion. I didn't see it. And I don't care how much jabbing and moving around you do. It's like if you miss, I'm supposed to make you pay. That is a boxing clinic. That is boxing sweet science. It's like you're not just gonna come in on me. You tried to hit me with something, and I'm gonna return fire and make you pay for that miss when you missed me. And that didn't happen. All right, CJ is saying maybe Tank will fight Valenzuela and Shakur will fight Lomachenko with the winners fighting each other. Do you guys like that scenario?
No, I think Shakur's fighting
Tank versus
Shakur need to fight is a paid up. I'm still gonna be boring fights.
Yeah, it do sound like a bunch of boringness right now, Coach JT. let's go ahead and switch subjects. We haven't
Yo,
even began
I love.
talking about you and Spanish Rey's connection, the Orlando brothers in the gym, getting on each other's nerves. What else was going on with you two? The mid-work, of course. Hey.
That's my
The
number one
mid-work,
gymnast
of
right
course.
there.
Who,
Yes. Okay. We'll be
who we
watching out
talking
for
about?
her.
What we talking about?
Huh?
Spanish Rey. We're introducing JT, Coach JT. You're gonna tell us how you two met, how you two, started
Oh
working
yeah.
together in the gym.
Oh yeah.
All right, let us know.
All right. Here we go. All right. First, where did Ty go? Where did Ty go?
I'm,
He's coming
I,
back in.
I'm here. I was reading something. I don't know if you
You
want me
bump.
to drop a bomb
You
now,
bump.
but it probably
Hey,
gonna change the
stop.
subject a little bit. There's reports that that card that Crawford and Madrimov card, they lost like $10 million.
Well, first of all, they kept saying that it was sold out, but on the resale
They're,
tickets
they're
site,
saying
there were
they
plenty of
gave a lot of those
tickets.
tickets away, and pay-per-view sales wasn't so good.
Yeah, I could see that. Because people really didn't know how good Bud Crawford's opponent was. Like, it's not a recognizable name versus a recognizable name. And a lot of people I was talking to, they felt like they knew the winners of the fights before.
Yep.
And that's going to also affect pay-per-views as well. It's like when you feel like you already know who the winner is going to be. It was a deep card because there were a lot of noteworthy names, but then the matchups, for some, it wasn't quite enough for the matchups. But I enjoyed the matchups and I enjoyed the fight card. But would I have paid for it?
How much was it?
It was like $80 for pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
All right.
$79.99.
So I'm gonna tell you what's happening real quick right now. I think, in my opinion, I think this whole shit is gonna fall like flat on their face. And we discussed this in earlier episodes about him trying to be greedy and come and just use the money. Like, the money situation is cool, but there's still structure behind things, right? I told my
You're
brother,
talking about Prince Turkey?
yeah, definitely. I told my brother, shout out to Al Heyman. I noticed something on that card. PBC was the only two fighters versus each other. When you look at Pitbull and you look at Riot, they both under the PBC umbrella. Which means Al's very smart. There's not too much people that Pitbull could probably unify the 140 division, so he had to do what he had to do to keep it within the situation, like the belt. So he put them two to fight each other. The same way he didn't let Rolly fight Riot, he made Pitbull move up a weight class. He's not giving up that title under his banner. Now, when you look at Big Baby, you look at Okoli, that's top rank versus somebody else. You know what I mean? When you look at Madrimov, you look at Crawford, those are two separate. You get my drift? When you look at Big Baby Miller and you look at Andy Ruiz, those are two. Like, he was like probably one of the only PVC situations where there was no way that belt was going to go to another promotion company. Al Heyman, he don't show up to these events, and I think he's sitting back and watching everything. Because you got Turkey right now, going that Tank, and Canelo, right? I don't care what you do. I'm glad my brother just showed those facts. Because with all the Eminem concert and the stars he made to be there, if it all gets too worse, God forbid, all them two got to do is come together on one card. And there's not really nothing that's going to go against that. I don't care who you got on the situation. So I think he's doing like a little too much in a sense. I think Canelo Berlanga is even going to outdo his UFC event. So now he's going to start. There's going to be another situation just like they said Eddie Hearn was doing with the zone. It's like I think you said it's Eddie Hearn's license or something that they use, right? Or something like that.
Right, yeah, like the promoter's license is being used by different promoters.
exactly my point. Now, like a $10 million loss is crazy. That's
I
crazy.
mean, for regular people, yeah. I mean, but if I'm Turkey, I don't want to lose 10 million either.
Of course.
I mean,
And,
you know what I'm
listen,
saying?
Mike,
Like, even if I got it to lose, I don't really want to lose it. I'm thinking I would have made more money, but that outside stuff, that's a big deterrent for me. Like, and I know he has an in with a lot of soccer fields because their company is also into soccer and invested heavily in that sport too. And I believe that's why that soccer arena ended up being the location. But yo, we Americans, I ain't about that sweating. I ain't about to be out there, and a lot of it, he's used to that sweating. I didn't see him sweating not one time out there. When I was looking, I was like, let me see if he's feeling the heat. No, he wasn't feeling the heat.
Crazy to say that.
He's used to it. I ain't used to it. And I think a lot of people was like, it's too hot. It's California. It's like the middle of the summer, and there's no AC. Like, that's a big deterrent when it comes to American fights. You got to put that stuff inside. But let's go ahead and see what's up with JT. Spanish Rey, tell us your story. JT, how did you guys meet up? Did you immediately click? Did you guys have some bumps in the road? What's up?
Let me go. First, let me say, I found a gym to get out the house, and I was in there, training there, holding down this new. But at my age, I was
Yeah.
when I seen JT come in, he came in with Josh Cordero. Salute to Josh Cordero. These two came in the gym, man, and they were like a breath of fresh air. I turned around and I remember watching them. And I'm gonna say this now. Not because you know Jay, not because that guy for in this game almost 30 years. And nobody does mitts like this man right there. That's a mitt master right there. Ain't nobody that I've seen do mitts like that. The guy was tremendous. Him and Josh had such a connection. I wish I had it on video. I wish I filmed it. Josh, bro, was a hell of a fighter, man. Whatever happened to him, now he's in the medical field. God bless him. But my experience with JT, man, we took that gym, and I'm gonna say this now. Unbelievable. The kids gravitated towards him. Okay? I had a nickname for him. He might have got mad a little bit, but I meant it in love. Because I said, damn, daddy daycare over here. But let me tell you something, man. And I don't want to get choked up. Galito and Josh, what this man has done for those two, to see how big they got and how far he took them, damn, Jay. My heads are standing up. Good job, bro. Good job. That's why I wanted to give you your flowers, man, because I seen it. Yeah, we bump heads. We good trainers.
Of course.
We had, but it wasn't us. It was the fighters putting against each other.
Yeah.
I know fighters came to me like, I'm tired. Jay's had me do this. And they will come to you with the same shit. But guess what? When we realized that, how tight we are now.
Yeah. 100.
Salute to you, man. And you're the #1 trainer in Orlando. I don't care who is out there. Hands down, future Hall of Famer.
Coach JT, how did you end up loving boxing? When did you fall in love with the sport?
Damn, I was never a fighter. Like before I got into boxing, I was never a fighter, man. I was like one of them chihuahuas. I had a big bark, that big bark but no bite. But I got into boxing, that basketball court. The guy I was fighting was a 2-time state champion. I was killing him. So he introduced me to his dad, and basically that's like when I started talking to Roberto Rios. He taught me, I'm very competitive, and I treated boxing more competition competition instead of actually fighting. You know what I'm saying? So I learned the technicality of it and learning how to hit and not get hit, make a person miss, make a stupid. I loved it. I love the feeling of it. You destroy with your opponent. I never looked at it as an actual fight. It's a boxing match to me. It's a clip. It's art. It's science. You know what I'm saying? It's just everything that you put together with it. It's like perfect. It's like a science. You know, when you're doing this chemistry, it just, I fell in love with that. My part, I fell in love with just being able and do whatever you want to do with them, like control them, and that's what I love with boxing.
That's what's up. Now, currently, you did train Mike Perry for his fight, or are you his continuing fight through the bare knuckles fighting champion as well?
I started training Mike when he left the UFC. So Mike hit me up. He was like, "Yo, I got boxing." I've been around Mike since before in the amateur, but we never really trained with each other. We were in the same building. It's called SWAT MMA. But he called me. He was like, "Yo, I got to fight with Steele." Yo, Michael Steele is like 25 and pro boxer. Crazy. And he's like, "Yo, they offering it. You know, they changed the rules a little bit. Triangle ring, 6-ounce MMA gloves, boxing match." I'm like, well, we can dirty boxing. That's what we can beat him. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna obviously he's a pure boxer. He's gonna be in his face, put your head in his chest, and you're gonna fight him that way. So we train, and we get that victory. And after that, Bare Knuckle called us. I mean, we've been fighting all these guys, 5-0, and then we got the phone call fight Jake. I didn't think it was a.
Did he fight Lorenzo Hunt before?
No, Lorenzo wasn't a big enough hit.
Okay.
So I mean, like we fought Eddie Alvarez, BP, Julian Lane, damn, so last guy called Thiago Alves. So we 5-0.
I mean, he's very dominant in that arena of bare knuckles. Did you ever think that you would be training somebody that was bare knuckles?
No. Not at all. You know, I'm a pure ball. It's different. Obviously, you don't hit so much. Your precision has to be on point. Because you just keep hitting because your hands well up and you don't want to hit.
Tear up your hands. Yeah. I mean, I used to be a huge fan of bare knuckles fighting champions. I even went to Mississippi for one of their first or second fights, and it was Jason Knight versus Artem Labov, and that was like, you know, that's when Jason's tooth came flying out and it rolled off, rolled over on the side of the, you know, apron that we were sitting by, and it was like really exciting, and I was just like, this is the original sport. Like, this is the original boxing. You know, with the Sullivans, and you know, they wasn't fighting with gloves in the beginning. I mean, that's some things that were added to protect people's hands. So I really don't have anything that, you know, there's some boxing purists, they don't like it. And I'm like, you know, well, then you don't like boxing because that's what boxing originated from.
Yeah.
What do you say to those critics? What do you say to those people that feel that it's not worth watching because it's not the boxing of today?
I mean, everybody has their own niche like that. I mean, if it's not for them, it's a whole other. You know, I mean, it's not for everybody because being there in person is rough.
Yeah,
it's very rough. You know what I'm saying?
Rough and bloody.
Yeah, you get cut super fast. It's a lot of knocking. Just it's fast paced action. And if you got to get them before they get you. So, I mean, those fans that don't really choose it, get it. Honestly, I don't watch. I mean, we go fight with Mike, and that's it. I don't watch no bare knuckle fights.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but you study the opponent sometimes.
Of course. I got to do my study and I got to do my strategy. But besides that, if it ain't got nothing to do with Mike, not bare knuckle.
Well, I mean, I also like Christina Ferreira that's over there. I mean, she's a badass chick, like, you know,
Yeah, I
She's
trained Christian.
dominant no matter which division she goes to.
Yeah, I
The
trained her when she
Michigan.
fought Taylor Stark.
Oh, cool. Yes, I love her.
Yeah.
She knows me. You can ask her. Does she know Score? She's been on our program a few times too. I've interviewed her, so I really like her style. But guess what? She incorporates a lot of boxing. You know, she's had a lot of boxing training, and I think that's what's elevated her the most in being such a dominant champion over there. Now with the Jake Paul fight, okay, I've heard all kinds of stuff about this fight, about these contracts, about these uneven requirements. Is there any truth to this? I mean, let's speak real. If you can, Coach, what's up?
Listen, I was in the dark the entire time. When I say I was in the dark, I was in the dark. I didn't see no contracts. I didn't see nothing. It was just so many things that didn't look normal to me. Shout out to MVP. Jake Paul's promotion is absolutely amazing. One of the best promotions I've ever been under. They take care of the fighter. They take care of the coaches. Everything. I mean, they're so legit. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. They could take over boxing if they wanted to because it's straight. It's all business.
Can you specify what are the things you felt like was not normal?
Like normally, you know how you deal with contracts. You know what's going on. I knew nothing. I never seen Mike's contract. I never. The weight class was changing. It was 205 to 200. No, it's gonna go back to 205. No, it's gonna go to 200. I'm like, yo, make up your mind. What we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So it was just so many things that was going on, and like I don't know.
And I think they said that Jake Paul was at walk around rate was like 215 or 220.
So no,
he
was like 235 because he was getting ready for Tyson. He came down. Yeah, he came down. He was losing weight little by little to get down to fight Mike. So when he ballooned back up, Mike was still 192 night of the fight. Jake Paul was like 220.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they talk about
I try to explain to people. Like I tried to explain, like when he was standing close to me, and I was trying to explain to another group of guys, like, guys, you guys don't realize how big he is. How like, you know, he's just got these even his bones look big. Like I don't think that people, when they see him on when they see him on TV, I don't think they realize just how big and imposing his body is. And I think it's kind of surprising when you get right in front of him, even as a fan, and you see like how massive of a person he really is. Like he's a big boy.
Yeah. When I was watching him get his hands wrapped, obviously I had to watch him wrap his hands. I was like, damn, Jake is huge. False, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn, this guy's a big ass. I'm looking at Raptor's hands. I mean, they literally took 30 minutes, almost 30 to 35 minutes wrapping his hands. It's like their strategy was perfect because obviously Mike chose to only have me as a coach in this corner. So Mike had his wife, his manager, and his cameraman in the corner, and me as his coach. So when I think Jake them knew that, so they pulled me over, and when I basically had to go watch him wrap his hands, Mike had no warm up.
Oh wow,
they're dry.
Oh man, that's like a big no for coaches, right? I know you were hot at it.
Oh yeah, because I'm trying to get back to him, and then they kept bringing me back and forth, and I got to him. I'm like, yo, somebody warm him. I can't do everything. I can't be there and over here at the same time, and everybody else just chilling because there's no other coach in the corner.
Well, what was the reason you didn't see the contract? Mike didn't show you the contract, or they made him send it back right away with addendums? What was going on?
No clue. You know what's crazy? What I'm kind of disappointed is I really have not even sat down and had a conversation with Mike since.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm like, bro, yo, we 5-0. I feel like I was like, damn, you can't even come to me and talk to me. It's crazy.
Who was the cut man for the fight?
So I had a cut man that was supposed to be there, right? They told me we don't need a cut man. They're doing the same thing that UFC does and BKFC does. BKFC, they got a cut man. So they say you don't need a cut man. Cool. I said, all right, cool. So I called my guy, I said, don't worry about it. Get to the corner. Third round, Mike gets cut.
Right.
I'm like, oh, where's the cut man? And they're looking around like, huh? I'm like, you
Wow.
fucking serious? I'm sorry, I don't know if I can curse or not, but yo, I'm like, are you serious? I went off. But they had no cut man for us, so they had to actually go find us a cut man that came in there round. I think he came in there fifth round to actually start cleaning up his cuts.
Oh wow.
Oh, shit.
Bro, it was a sugar honey iced tea joke.
Wow. I mean, I don't know what happened to our pictures, but I can still hear everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is, if we're gonna run it that way, okay, how do you, as an opponent coming in for that level of fight? Because I'm gonna tell you, I was kind of super shocked that was a sellout. Like, that was not. We're saying it's sold out, and it's not really sold out. No.
Yeah.
Jake Paul and Mike Perry fans together sold that arena out. Emily Arena. I mean, was that like the biggest fight you had been on the main event stage for? Like, as far as the amount of people that were live?
Nah, I mean, all the fights that we win in BKFC, like the Eddie Alvarez and the Luke Rocco fight, those were sold out events. Not sold out, but I mean, it was packed to the brim. Obviously, boxing and bare knuckle are different fan base. That was the biggest stage Mike's ever and I have been on.
Okay. Yeah, is that kind of intimidating, or does it make you more hyped up?
Nah, it's not intimidating at all. Because I'm so used to being on that stage now. It's like nothing. It's like night and day. We just come and get the job done. Because the crowd, you don't even feel the crowd no more. You just go out there and do what you got to do. But me personally, that wasn't Mike that was out there. We all know how Mike fight. Mike's gritty. He stood right in front of him. He did the complete opposite of everything I told him to do. He didn't listen to nothing I said. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, yo, you're not listening. And he just basically did what Mike do and did whatever he wanted to do.
You think that comes with the fact that he just knew if he could just get to him, he could knock him out because he has such great power?
Nope, because obviously we knew that Jake was a bigger guy. So Mike has power for smaller guys, but when you put them pillows on, and especially fighting a bigger guy, you gotta box him. And then, like Mike had dirty boxing, and Mike chose to sit in front of him like Tyrone Woodley.
Yeah, that's never a good idea when you're dealing with a real heavyweight.
Yeah, and Jake can hit. And Jake can hit.
He's really got some real power in his right hook, I think it is.
Yeah, I told Jake in the back room after the fight, I'm like, look, man, I love what you're doing. The fact that you actually are really taking this serious, training with USA boxing camps and stuff like that, going to different gyms. He's really doing this, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are underestimating him because obviously he's calling out these other guys. But I mean, he's changing the game a little bit for these guys that really don't fight.
Okay. I don't know what happened to Sonny. Where did Sonny go?
I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Your picture is off. Your video.
Only yours.
Oh, really? I can't see Sonny. But Sonny, can you take over for a minute while I sign out and sign back in so I can reset?
Yeah.
All
definitely.
right, thanks.
Definitely.
The main question I have is, Coach, would you want to do more bare knuckle fights as a trainer, or would you like to still focus more on boxing? That was my question.
Me, I'm a pure boxing guy. You know what I'm saying? I can care less about the BKFC, honestly. If it ain't with Mike, I ain't got nothing. I don't got nothing going for it. I can care less about it. So boxing is my thing.
Okay. Any more questions, guys?
I got a couple questions for you, Coach.
What's good?
As far as like as far as like the transition, you know what I mean? Like the transition with the boxing to the bare knuckle. You feel like Mike had an advantage? Because I see a lot of them, you know, like even Mike with the, I'm not gonna, it's not about being a master boxer, but regardless of what, you could see he has skill, like with the bare knuckle compared to everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? Like some of
Yes.
them you can see don't have the real, you know? And as far as the transitioning, how was it? Even though you used to it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like for Mike, like the transitioning from the bare knuckle to the boxing situation. Did he feel like he lost his pop, or you know what I mean?
I mean, he knew that he was gonna lose his pop because like when you hit with bone, it's a different feeling, you know what I'm saying? But when you hit with these pillows, you can take more of it, you know. You're more durable. Um, and I knew it was gonna be a tough matchup, but I don't know. I think Mike honestly thought that his power was gonna make a difference. And I
Mm,
don't think it was gonna make a difference, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously Jake is a lot bigger than him. You know.
yeah,
And also again we have pillows on. It's not bare knuckle. Now you put Jake Paul in the ring with Mike bare knuckle, Mike gets him out of there because
all
Mike's
day,
hands are conditioned.
all
They're
day. I
conditioned
feel you
for it.
100%. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like, just say you transition from boxing to bare knuckle. You gotta. It's a huge transition because now you thinking you can box, but like look at Trout. You know what I'm saying? When Austin Trout won the bare knuckle and he fought a couple times, his hands immediately swelled up and he couldn't pop,
Mm,
like he couldn't throw the jab like he used to. You know what I'm saying? Everything changes. So he had to go back to the lab and like, yo, I gotta condition my hands. I gotta put my hand up against some
right.
bricks. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? So that way I can, cure that nerve well up on me. So yeah. So boxing transition bare knuckle to boxing is easier than transition from boxing to bare knuckle.
Didn't Malinaji do it too?
Yes, and you saw that he only did one fight.
Yep.
It's different,
Absolutely.
man. It's different when you get cut across the side of your forehead. Like, hold on, you know what? The money ain't worth it.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
Polly messed up his hands bad. Because
Hmm.
if you don't punch in those exact, more tissuey parts of your face,
Yeah.
you're gonna hurt yourself
But
bad.
guess what?
Yeah.
Let me chime in real quick on this one. This is what I have a problem with fighters when I tell them when they want to start training. I tell them, listen, let's get the hands right. Mayweather had problems. It's not seen. You know why he got so fat? His hand. And then he had to take steroids. Look how big when Prince Naseem got.
Yeah.
He thinks he was eating. He wasn't eating. It was predator, the shots he was taking for his hand. Prince Naseem had heavy hands, but they don't condition their hands as they become fighters. Ask
Yeah.
my son over there how I stress that over there and what I be trying to do. A lot of fighters don't
Facts.
even to this day.
Yeah.
To
Like we
this
do.
day.
Yeah, we
To
do.
this
We'll do like push-ups on 2x4s. You know what I'm saying? With a fist. You know what I'm saying? And my guys, they'll sit there and hold that plank position for a minute, and then we're doing push-ups on it. And we keep changing the knuckles. We either gonna be here. I'm sorry. We'll turn it. Oh, I'm going. We'll turn it this way. We'll turn it that
the first two.
on the
Right.
2x4 just to hit the
That's,
nerve.
you know what? That's good because these two, they don't even think about these two.
Yep, you
Yep.
gotta
These,
support those two needed. They need that
yeah.
support.
But how many fighters don't do that? That's what I'm saying. How
Yeah.
many?
I know Reggie Barnett Jr. He had a specific way that he was training his hands too to be rougher and to be able to
Andre
take.
Ward, Andre Ward used to put his hands in rice. That's from the martial arts. Rice does work. All you fighters, man, and I don't know, Jay, you know this. On a bucket halfway of rice, you gotta keep putting your knuckles in there. But you got them ligaments between the knuckles too that you gotta get tough.
Yeah.
Turn.
So the point that I'm saying, they don't feed the hand. All that. Look at my hands now. I got problems to this day from hitting. I didn't even do that. I teach to do that now because I'm having issues now. That's why you see me with the gloves a lot. Because my hands are closing up, arthritis and all that. But you gotta do
Yeah.
that. You gotta do it early.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
the topic with
I'd be 20 deep in the gym, and all my kids do it, even the little ones. So they all gonna have hard hands when it's done, said and
good
done.
for them. Good for them because
What's
they
the age
long.
range of the little ones? What's
Huh?
the age range?
I started at 5 years old.
5. Oh,
Hmm.
They're so cute at that age.
Yeah. They handle
Yes.
business. A lot of parents run from
Where
it, but I explain
did
to the
you
parents,
tell
I'm like,
them?
listen, when they're 5 years old, if they, I mean, obviously they don't even compete at 5 years old. They don't compete till they're 8 years old, but they're like, oh, I want my baby to get hit hard. I'm like, they're sparring, they're fighting somebody their same age. They're not fighting a grown
Right, they're
man that's
not
gonna knock them
starting.
out.
Hey Jay,
So
you
do
got a
you?
senior citizen program too. I think he does senior citizens too, right?
Yeah, I do a Parkinson's class for it's like a rock steady.
That's
So
awesome.
That's dope.
yeah,
Yeah, they
That's
say that
super
has
dope.
really great effects.
yeah.
And
You slow down
good
Parkinson's.
benefits.
Yeah, you slow down because there's no way to defeat it, but you can slow down the progression that they
Yeah,
have, you know what I'm saying? And they love it. I mean, my oldest client is like 95 years old and he love it. So,
that's
Wow.
cool.
yeah.
Look at
Where
Freddie
is your
Roach.
gym at?
Look at Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach is still doing his thing because of that.
Yes, sir.
I was asking where your gym is at in Orlando. So if anyone's interested in coming down and checking out things or signing their kids up for the program, that how do they do that?
So I got two locations. I got one in Winter Garden, Florida at 60. Wow, I forgot the address. Oh my God. Can't even remember the address right now. Hold on, what is the address? Oh, okay, whatever. I got two locations. Listen, I got two
Ask your
locations.
wife. Ask your
It's
wife.
the gym is called Technique Boxing, Teknique Boxing, because yeah, I call myself the technique. You know, where you learn, train, and you repeat. I got a gym in Mineola, Florida, and I got a gym in Winter Garden, Florida. The one in Mineola is 303A US Highway 27 in Mineola, and the other one I think is 603 South Dillard Street. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing big things. I mean, 3 years in a row, we got the best gym in the state of Florida, the most state champions. Um,
Wow.
yeah, we handle business. I got 350 plus students, and I mean, yeah, we do a lot. I got 9 pros, so
Who should
we're
we
doing
be
work.
looking out for? What's the name of some of your high performing boxers that's turning pro soon?
So
Who should we look?
look for Joshua LeBron. He's 6-0 right now, pro currently. Carlos LeBron also 3. He got 303 fight win streak right now. He's fighting on the zone. September 7th. I got a couple
Okay.
heavyweights that's 5-0. I got kid named Mitchell Deaton that's coming up. He's getting ready for his pro debut. Also got a kid named Chudwick. You know, what I'm saying Nigerian kid that I got. This kid is gonna be the truth. I
Where
got
you
some. I got
find the Nigerian? My
yeah,
goodness.
yeah. I got some
Word
people.
is
I got
getting out, huh?
yeah. I get a lot of people that come and find me. You know, what I'm saying because of all the videos that I post on Instagram and TikTok.
Actually heard it.
All right.
Actually heard of it.
They can find you on Technique Boxing,
Yeah,
IG or
yeah.
Facebook.
They
What
can.
are you their pages?
Yeah. Technique underscore boxing. TEKNIQUE underscore boxing. Or you can look up Coach JT knows boxing. Or either or. You know what I'm saying?
Coach
So.
JT knows boxing. I'm trying to get Taino back to Florida so he can get on some of these box lab cards. You know what I'm saying? I need him. I need him back in Florida so I can really support him properly.
And I'm on the
I don't know why
first
he
thing
don't
of
want
smoking
to
down
come back
south if it
home.
does that.
What do
Say
you
what,
say?
Sonny?
What,
I can't. I
Back to
now he's
Florida,
frozen up.
girl.
I couldn't hear him.
cameras are picking up over here. Hey Jay, when the
Taino,
LeBron brothers fight? When you got the LeBron brothers
Oh,
fighting again?
my
September
mic was
7th, the
muted.
zone.
okay, Taino,
Bring 'em
what you got to say to that?
in, man. I like to see them, man.
Nah, tune in,
You
bro.
trying to?
September 7th. We were supposed to fight in the Caleb Plant fight on PBC. But
I'm
I guess
bring them, bring them to the podcast so we give them support, man.
oh yeah, no doubt. Anytime.
Come on, bring them on.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell them I said what.
JT, what you ever come to Vegas?
Man, I used to come to Vegas all the time. All the time, but not anymore. I haven't been to Vegas in a minute.
Man, you gotta bring
You,
some of your fighters out here, man.
Yeah, I got some good. Where you at? Where you training at?
I'm training Top Rank right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm good pretty much every gym, bro, out here. Every gym that you want to be in, bro. Floyd's. We go to Bones. We could go to Title. Got one. You know, what I mean, Richard Steele got a gym. It's a little amateurish, but it's kind of iconic because it's been around for a while.
Oh, you
But
talking about Bones, short white guy?
yeah,
yeah,
Bone
Yeah, I
Bone
know
yeah.
Adams.
Bones. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Bones.
Yeah, he got his own gym in his backyard, man. It's like a big garage. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then
You've even trained with Joe. He's trained with Joe Cortez too.
Ha.
He missing the biggest name. Like,
Yeah, but you know what? That's the guy right there. My son gets together with that man there, forget about it. My son hands in his mitts.
yeah,
Sometimes you got to get the shoe that fits the foot, man. I mean, the shoe that, yeah, the
you
foot that
gotta
fits
get
the
tight.
shoe.
You know some work, JT,
That's
coach.
Oh,
fire.
You
tell him to
gotta
come
get him
through.
on
I'll
these
take care of him.
cards. You
Hey
know what? They
JT,
wouldn't let
listen.
me get close to you at the Tampa card during the media week. I kept trying to like creep back,
Mm.
where they had y'all off in the,
In the
corners
cut.
and stuff. I couldn't get close to you because I was there as media for like two days before that, like the press
Ah,
conference and the weigh-in days. Um,
you should have hit
and
me up on the
so
gram. I could have got you in.
see, I didn't know, and I hadn't been introduced to you. I know Spanish Ray said he knew you, and that we be so busy. I don't be liking to distract people,
Nah, I feel
just
you.
to get me in somewhere. So,
I respect
but
that.
next time I will for sure.
No
I
doubt.
think
No doubt.
there'll be a next time for sure.
No doubt.
He
oh,
ain't
for
going
sure,
Sunday.
nowhere.
yeah.
Jay ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
That's a one man army over there.
Yeah.
Spanish Ray, you be quiet. You need to come on back to Florida too. You need to stop playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey,
JT, but
hey,
you got to
I
come
tell
out
you
there.
right now, JT offered me a little job. I would have went if I ain't got this house over here. We do it again, right, Jay?
Hey,
That
100.
house ain't going nowhere.
Listen, I got two
That
gyms,
house
bro.
is not
Trust me,
going
you
nowhere.
got a home.
Man,
See,
appreciate
there
you,
you
man.
go.
Miss you, bro. 10 years.
Boom.
How long it's been? 10 years?
Nah, longer, bro. 14 years.
What?
14.
Wow.
No, no,
That's
no.
why.
No, 12 years. 12 years.
And
2012.
you still look the same, bro.
Hey, you know what they say. You know what they say.
Hey, that black don't crack,
Black don't
baby.
cry.
Hey, another thing.
You
Hold on,
already
hold on,
know.
hold on.
Uh,
That little mini me you got at home, your baby girl, man. She look
Oh
just
yeah.
like you.
Yeah, that's my twin, man. She's tough, bro. Listen, she already it's 3 years old. I mean, already got the sound. Yeah, she gonna be a
that's so
problem.
cute.
That's
Yo,
fire.
And
man.
you say you have
Proud
a
of you, man.
gymnast
Proud
too?
of you, man.
You got
Proud
a
of you.
gymnastic
Yeah, hold
princess?
on. Let me see if they up. They all sitting right here.
I'm watching the gymnastics last week and this week with the Olympics, and I'm just awed at how the level
There
of
she go.
competition.
Check out. Check out. Look at her.
Say
Hey,
hey.
She's like, oh
It's my
man.
little gymnast.
hey, there, this
Yeah.
gymnast,
Uh,
USA, all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, she's trying to go
Hi,
for the 2028 Olympics. Hmm?
that's right. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'll put my shirt on. What I need to do? I
how's
gotta be
wifey?
there.
How's
Yes, wifey.
wifey? Wife
That's
all right?
right.
Without
Los
her,
Angeles.
salute. Colombiana.
Yeah.
Colombiana.
Yes, sir.
Miss Colombia.
Colombian and Arabic.
By the way,
Wow,
you
that's a
went to
nice
Dubai, right?
combination. All
You went
right.
What happened?
Coach
what,
like the exotic, huh?
you went to
He like those exotic women. I see.
Yeah.
Yo, Jay, you went to Dubai, correct?
Yeah. We had a fight out there for crypto.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You met that guy Al Sheet, whatever his name is, Al Sheet, you met him?
Yeah, he was at the fights.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, he a cool cat, laid back, don't have a bunch of security around him. He's super chill.
Really. That's
Yeah,
because he's over there. He's
yeah,
safe
yeah,
over there.
yeah.
Not
Well,
over
I
here.
mean, I thought it was Saudi Arabians, but so he just went to the Dubai fight though, since
Yeah,
it's
because
all
I mean, yeah,
close.
the event that it was at was like one of the largest conventions for crypto. So
So he was
Yeah,
gonna be
before
there.
I know it's getting close to that time. Before we go, I want to ask JT a couple questions. Um,
Okay.
First of all, the first question I want to ask is not being biased, because I know you got fighters over there.
yeah,
Um, just strictly as a fan, who do you like right now?
I like Tank. Um, reason I like Tank is because a lot of people underestimate him. They always say that he's knocking guys out, but Tank is a technician, bro. Tank can box his ass off, you know.
Definitely.
And I think that he just has not shown his true art, his true skill because he figures them out and he gets them out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I love the fact that he don't waste no time. Once he figure you out, you got to go. But if he
Okay.
ever runs into that guy that's going to challenge him, that can take his punches, you know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna be able to see the true fighter that Giovanni is. You know what I'm saying? So I like Boots too, man. I like Boots, but I think he's rushing it. I think he's rushing the bag. I think he should take his time just a little bit more, man. Because he ain't going nowhere. He can take over the 140 division.
Yep.
Um, and run it. You know what I'm saying? Run that division until it's up because there's guys that's gonna come up from 135, take them out too. And just
Hey, Jay,
continue to.
you right, Jay? You went pro before? You were fighting pro, no?
No,
Who,
Boots
me?
is 147. You heard, Jay?
No, you went pro, right?
Yeah. I went. I had 3 pro fights. I did it because of the students want me to fight, so I did 3 pro fights. I had 3-0, 3
I
KOs.
remember. Wasn't you gonna fight Christian Camacho one time?
I sparred Christian Camacho. I almost dropped him with a. Well, I could have. I dropped him with a jab because he was like,
Right.
oh. I'm like, nah, you got hurt.
You were
Yeah.
supposed to fight him, right?
I
At
tried to fight
least,
his ass, but I don't like this,
at
bro.
least you got the spawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wanted him bad, right, Jay? You wanted him bad.
Bro, listen. He got me when I first started. When I first started camp, I sparred him and I almost dropped him with a jab. I was like, bro, fight me. And I kept having promoters call him. Tell him to fight me. Tell him to fight me. He didn't want to fight me.
Yeah, before we
Mm.
get too far away, I got a couple more questions. I
All right.
wanna know your opinion. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Crawford or Boots?
Crawford.
Tank or Tio?
Tank.
Tank or Shakur?
Hey.
Tank.
Okay.
So with the balloons, man, those balloons are mine, bro. What are you doing?
That's not me. I don't know if that's my fingers doing it. I don't know.
I
Well,
gave the
throw
right
the
answer,
balloons
so the
up.
balloons came out. You know what I'm saying?
I would say Loma or Shakur.
Tough toss up. I think Lomo is on his way out, so I think Shakur gets that fight.
I like to see that one.
This will be a chess match though, but Shakur just gonna be so damn defensive, man. That's the only problem.
I got one. I got one.
Hold
What's that?
on.
So,
My last
all
one,
right,
just for
all right,
shits and giggles.
go ahead.
Canelo or Edgar?
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
That was just for shits and giggles, bro. That was just for shits and giggles,
Viva
bro.
la
I don't think
Mexico!
there's not a soul in this world that's going for Edgar, bro.
Listen, Edgar is out of his. If you watch like the last press conference that they just had, out of his element, bro. Like he's
Yep.
uncomfortable.
Yep.
He's chasing a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like
Look,
he is so uncomfortable.
I got a better one. Edgar or Plant.
Now that's a better fight. I
I
got
like
Plant.
that.
I got Plant winning that fight.
Plant
Yeah,
smokes his boots.
I
Yeah,
got that one too.
yeah.
All right, so
Man, but
I got
you gotta go for your body though, man.
no,
I,
I got one more. I got one more. I got one more. Cause I keep thinking of them now that I'm asking you. Lubin or Boots?
Man, I got Boots on that one. Boots is just too slick for Lubin. Lubin's good, solid, you know what I'm saying? But he's just to me,
At 54?
no, 147.
Yeah, but Lubin is 54. He's not
Yeah,
going down
Lubin's
to
Yeah,
54.
147.
yeah.
what's
Boots
up
going
with
up to
Lubin? We
154 to
haven't
fight Lubin. I think
Where's
that's too
Lubin?
much of the weight. I would force Lubin to come down.
I don't think that's happening. He's already
Oh.
he already struggles to make
Me too,
54.
coach. I think he's a real welterweight. That's
Yeah,
that's that's the issue he's having now.
he's
Who?
And
too. I
it's
mean,
at
154.
$154.
Lubin's small, man. He's not that big.
Yeah, his legs are twigs, right?
Yeah, so I don't know why he don't fight at 147.
Yeah.
He would
Who's
dominate.
training Lubin? Who's training Lubin now?
Cunningham.
Um, yeah, Cunningham, but I think right now he's with School of Hard Knocks. He's over with Jason now.
Where's that at?
That's over in Altamont, Castleberry. That's
Oh,
the
he's
gym that
back.
he started with. He started with them.
Oh, he went back with them?
Yeah, he's over there training with Craig Duncan right now.
Who's that? Who's Craig
A-
Duncan?
Yeah, with School of Hard Knocks also with Jason.
Another one that you're gonna see that's on the horizon, Tio or Brian Norman Jr.
I gotta look more into Brian. I got Tio. I got Tio wiping the 135 division. and not the 140 division. I got him getting beat by, damn, I had his name. Damn, I can't think of this damn guy's name. It's not coming through. Yeah.
What about
So
Ryan Garcia?
you said Norman is badass, and he's in Georgia, Spanish Ray.
Yeah.
I like that Norman.
Well,
I like what he was doing.
I'm hearing that's Teal's next fight at 47.
At 47,
Okay,
they giving him the first fight.
At 47.
Wow.
I mean, because he's already been at 140.
Shout out to
Like his
Tio
last
chasing
couple of
greatness.
fights have been at 140, and it's already hard for him to make that weight. So it might as well go to 147 and join the
You know, I
action.
don't understand how they say it's hard for them to make that weight because I'm bigger than Teal.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, not normal. But Teal's actually a small dude.
But you be down at 130, right? Or you 135?
No, I'm 135.
Okay. So you
Not
say
no
you
more.
bigger?
No more.
You bigger than Tio is, and he's already saying
Yeah, I'm
he
bigger
can't
than
make
Teal.
140.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What?
like I guess it's discipline, right? Is it a discipline thing? I mean, I like good food. I can't.
I thought
Like
you
I
was
can't.
fighting
I gotta
140.
have my Southern food, my Thai food. Like I'm a foodie girl. It's impossible for me to be on some type of diet or whatever. So maybe he's similar. You got to have a certain discipline and be totally dedicated to your craft to stay in that weight range of around 10 to 15 pounds in between fights.
Yo, Ray,
I got
talk
one
to
for
you.
everybody. I got one for everybody. Shakur
What?
or Teal?
I like Teal.
At 140?
At 140.
140 right now.
Yeah, at 140.
Teal.
See that?
Okay, that's with Shakur with another.
Shakur is a small guy, bro. He's really a 126, 30 pounder. I promise you
I know
that.
I love Tio. That's a bad fight for Tio, man.
I don't think Shakur got anything that's gonna keep Teal off of him.
You don't have to. Nigga, look at what happened with Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz. It's a bad fight for Tio, man.
I mean, it's gonna be a lot of booze if all of Shakur's gonna be doing is just dodging punches. I mean, you gotta be showing somebody's, you gotta hit too. And I don't think that Tio is gonna be affected by anything that Shakur throw at him.
Yep.
Nope.
But not even affected. He's not gonna be effective. Like,
But that's why I say Teal, because you said look at what happened with Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz. You know, I argue with this all the time. I feel like Sandor Martin beat Teal. But who did they give it to?
That was a draw. It was a draw.
But I still said I feel like Sandor beat him.
No way.
And they still gave it to Teal.
No way.
And the Ortiz fight, that was similar to me than what we just saw this weekend with Valenzuela. He was being the slick boxer in there. He just wasn't landing nothing. He was just
Ortiz was not engaging at all. He was out of it.
Like I said, similar to Valenzuela.
No way.
Guys, I'm gonna have to slip out.
All right.
Yo,
I know we gotta close this out too, man. We can talk boxing all night. That's our group. But we definitely thank you for joining the show tonight. We appreciate your time, and we hope that we can get you back on the show soon.
Let's run it back.
Yeah, we'll try not to keep you as long.
LeBron,
I get him on next time with me. I got you.
I want to thank
plans coming out here. Let me know.
I bet. I got you for sure.
man, you go to him. Yo, the school don't go to the student. To the school. You go to Jay, man.
When I get to Florida, I'll hit you up.
No doubt.
Yeah, you know you did. All right, Taino and Sonny, Spanish Rey, thank you so much. Coach,
love y'all.
We're going to see you at the next fight soon, hopefully, over at Box Lab Promotions, probably in September. It's September 7th, right? That was the
September
date.
7th. Yep.
That's right, buddy. I'll
Best
have
birthday.
Chris Ray text
Best
you. Say that again, Spanish Ray.
Best birthday gifts, man. It was my boys and my man.
No doubt, man. Happy birthday, my guy. Hope you enjoy your day, bro.
All right, fam.
All right, fam. Y'all be easy.
I'm very surgical, physical when I'm lyrical. So bat it down with medical, something critical. It's gonna take a miracle. Bright lights, but some spiritual. Written down like biblical. I finally reached the pinnacle. Yeah. Welcome to the house, the one they talking about. Word of mouth, the boxing playhouse. Without